So I thought today, or this evening, would be a fantastic evening to do a follow-up tutorial on the click and curl. My previous video was a little bit of a first impressions video and how I have learned to use various rollers in a salon. Now that technique is very old school and it basically teaches you how to use a roller set. Today's video is going to show you how to use the click and curl way, and also how to do an amazingly gorgeous updo with the help of the click and curl. So this is a little bit of a review slash how-to. Now, I have the customizable set, which you can purchase online. So each roller customizable set comes with this particular bag to help you store all your fabulous click and curls at no extra charge. Click and curl will automatically come with 6 rollers if you buy a pre-made set. If you choose to get the customizable set, the rollers will start at $8 for each individual roller added. You can choose between the red brush, which I don't have here with me, but that is your smallest size, or you can choose the purple little brush, which is the medium size, and of course the blue, which is the larger size. Due to my particular hair length, Click and Curl was kind enough to send me a customizable set containing about 5 purple rollers, yes 5, and then of course I have 8 of these big beautiful blue ones. So if your hair is kind of like a mid-length and you've got a lot of, let's say, tiny short little pieces, you can always go with the purple set and then get yourself a couple extra red brushes and whatever. But because my hair is mid-length with layers, I have purple, which is just perfect, and blue, which is also really, really nice. Now there's a couple of ways we can use this customized set. We can put all the blue rollers on top for amazing volume, and all the purple rollers on the bottom for just to kind of help curl the ends. Or we can do all the purple on top to create a lot of really fun kind of volume and layer, and then just kind of roll under the blue. Kind of roll under the ends with the blue. So there's a few options for styling we have here. So first things first, you want to put a little bit of product in your hair, whether it's a thermal protector, argan oil, and just kind of lightly brush through the hair. I like to part my hair, of course, and you want to start doing this fun little, style with slightly damp to wet hair. You don't want it to be too dry. Click and Curl has made this style very easy. When you grab your blow dryer, go ahead and grab the brush you created using the Click and Curl system. And what they basically want you to do is do half a salon blow dry, but you can also do a fun roller set at the end. Now the previous video I showed you was a very old school way to do the wet set, the roller set, where you put all the combs in your hair and blow it dry. I'm a huge fan on getting the bang just right, so roll it under, get all the ends in there. So here's where all the old school fun comes in place, but remember, get your hair thoroughly dry, which is a very new method. It'll also prevent you from making a mistake, which is also very fun. So get all that rolled from root to tip. So once the hair is thoroughly dry, be sure to just position that roller like so and remove it using the Click and Curl method. There you go. So we're going to do that again using another section of hair. The biggest trick with using the Click and Curl is to position the rollers on fairly well and to not disturb the rollers while we get ready to do the rest of the hair. Now just remember, from root to tip for that easy, calm, gorgeous blow dry. Position the roller, Click and Curl. Now you see why I showed you the roller set video? Because this is how we're gonna roll. dried. It's just more modern, works a little bit better that way. So we're taking an old idea and we're modernizing it. And as modern goes, it usually involves some perfection and some innovation. Now you can see why it's so much easier to get that perfect blow dry today versus what we did yesterday. So there you go, modern roller set. Same concept, better idea. Now these are really nice ceramic plates. So what we're basically doing is leaving them in until the ceramic cools. So that's where it really gets very fun and modern. The ceramic really works with the hair to create that really nice smooth curl. Unlike the plastic roller set rollers of yesterday, these will serve as a heat conductor to keep the hair really nice and smooth looking, which is usually why flat irons are made from ceramic, because they give it that nice smooth texture. So you can do this all over your head, partial of your head, whatever you want. If you know you want your whole head, you can always purchase a few more rollers. You can even do the back. So the benefits of today's hairstyle going from a wet set in the past, like I showed you in the previous video, to a dry set is the fact that you're gonna know what it looks like before you're done, and it's much more comfortable to brush out. With a wet set and a dry set alike, you want to be sure to pop the rollers out the same way they came in, by basically really comfortably and easily rolling them out. Like I said, same way they went in. It's the foolproof method. You don't get any fish hooks. Now, what I really like about doing this particular dry styling is you could do it the night before. It looks really cute and bouncy. So, and maybe some serum, hair smoother. So it's gonna help self-style your hair. If you have no product in your hair, the heat could damage your hair a little easier, the blow dryer, and it may not hold its curl as nicely. It smells really good too, because we used those nice argan oils. And it's gonna stay until tomorrow. It's probably even gonna look better tomorrow after I sleep on it. It's gonna get all this amazing body. So that's when we're gonna do the updo tomorrow, and you're gonna see how we're gonna have fun styling all these really cool layers. So yeah, creating a little bit of some kind of texture, some products and buildup, and some curl in the hair is really gonna make the hair super sexy and gorgeous, and a little bit easier to style rather than starting off with super limp hair. I never want to do very limp, untextured hair for an updo. It typically doesn't work very easily. So we're gonna sleep on it, get a little bit of second day hair going, and the updo will be tomorrow. I hope to see you then. Bye. So, hi everyone. So welcome back to this morning. We've slept on our hair and everything, so it's got a lot of volume in it. And when you're doing an updo, you don't want to do it on perfectly clean hair that has no volume. You want some product in there. We already did the click and curl look last night, and so we're gonna style it. It's just gonna be easier when we're not dealing with baby fine hair that's limp, that's going to fall out. So don't worry about it. Don't try to straighten your hair. Just leave it a little bit trashed. And kind of bear with me on this makeup look as well. I just kind of wanted to quickly get it done so I can show you this hairdo, and it's very messy, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna roll with it today. So whenever you're doing kind of an up hairstyle, they always recommend using over 20 or so bobby pins. For me, it's not about the amount of bobby pins you can use in an updo. It's about perfect placement on a bobby pin. I don't believe in giving anyone a bobby pin headache, so that's why I believe in perfect placement, perfect twisting, perfect braiding, and of course, working with dirty hair. First things first, you might want to get a little bit more body in your hair. If your hair has a tendency to fall flat, which necessarily isn't mine unless it's laid down with product, you might want to begin with a comb. This is actually a cutting comb, but it'll work. We're going to take a nice little comb and we're just going to kind of tease the hair, add a little bit more texture to it, because that, my friends, is going to create a perfect updo. Of course, you want to comb over those rats because it's not the 1980s no more. So start gathering up your hair however way you like. Let's do something with some volume in the front since we're working with the click and curl. We can do some braids in the bottom of the hair maybe. And we'll just start gathering that hair. And we're going to start strategically pinning it. You want to pin it at the in and off sections of the twist. This will just make it a lot more. Oops. I always have a tendency to drop hair products whenever I'm styling. It's just part of my process. I always try to be neat and it doesn't happen. So apparently I can't be neat when I'm styling hair. It's just the universe telling you nope. So anyways, we have it pinned in the on and off points, and the bobby pin is perfectly hidden just the way it is. You don't have to do that clear elastic, cut the clear elastic fancy stuff out. I hate that stuff because I'm very scared of cutting my own hair. So we're just going to do that and make it very easy. And with the elastic, I don't like the elastic because you can see it until you cut it out, and I don't want to bother hiding the elastic. So the pins work just as well. We'll take care of all these flyaways at the end of the tutorial, but basically just running a little comb with some hairspray on will take care of it. We might even keep the flyaways if we do some really fun kind of hippie braid, then the flyaways will work. So I'm just actually going to twist this bang. I have a tendency to let the volume of my hair lie very flat when I'm trying to create a pompadour. It's just kind of like not perfect and photographs badly. So when I want to be Miss Perfect and photograph really well with an updo, wow, just dropping everything. Now from here on out, you do want a little bit of a mess sometimes when working with a more modern day updo, I think. That's just my opinion. We're gonna do that today. I'm not gonna show you a style that I wouldn't want to play around with or wear out in public. For this summer, we're just going to sort of do like a fish French. So you can see what I'm doing. Whenever you're doing something that you want to secure to the head, regardless of the braided hairstyle, the key is always to feed the hair and introduce it, and then just keep on going. I think whenever you live in a certain climate, you're all about controlling it against the opposition, and I've come to find that's why ladies like their hair very clean and secure. It's my God-given right as a woman to like them hair jewels. I make no apologies. So, just as it's my right to like them jewels, it's another woman's right to like that crazy fancy hair. But we all appreciate beauty in all its forms. It's fun to look and feel pretty. And just remember, if you braid away from the area you want the braid in, it can stick out or look funny.
when you're done. So just keep the hair projected to where you want the braid to lay. That's the secret in braids. And I want this against my neck. All right, so we're really done, guys. Let's just go ahead and secure the hair. And if you look a little messy in the back, that's okay too. There's something that you can always do at the end if you don't like it, and that is playing with more bobby pins and figuring out which direction you want the braid to go, so that there's not a major fish hook. And if you see all that redness on my neck, it literally is just from my hair lying on it. I have very thick, heavy hair and very sensitive skin. So sometimes in this humidity, I just want it off my neck. You could totally, that's what that is. So like I said, you want to click and curl those ends so that they don't stick out too much. Unless you like that look, it's very Phoebe Buffet. All right, so if there's any kind of like loose pieces you hate, this is kind of either where I choose to accentuate them or choose to make them go away. So even back here where it's kind of messy, you can go with that and go a little boho chic. I think let's just dive in and do that today. So here's where I think you can either make or break your hairstyle. Pulling some of it out. You call this pancaking, but I think that refers more to braiding. And just kind of like let it be messy. This is just like street chic. And then you can kind of pin in sort of an unforgiving area. I don't like to take my flowers too seriously, so I usually don't pin over too much of the unforgiving area, because sometimes it can position the flower in a real funny spot, which I don't like. So I like to keep the flower kind of fun and funky. And then you can kind of just style yourself a little bit around your hairdo. I don't know, let's take out some fun earrings. This is where it gets a little crazy, but I'm gonna do a red lip today. And I love some turquoise with a funky, funky red lip.